Hello and welcome to Clash of the Masterminds. I'm your host SeoulStEaL, and today we're bringing you another replay cast. At the top right, we have ourselves the red Terran. It's JohnnyFox. And at the bottom left, we have ourselves the blue Zerg. It's BUGBOY, otherwise known as xCrazyCritterx. Alright, we have ourselves a good old ZVT. xCrazyCritterx is a Twitch streamer. He's a frequent visitor of Florencia's channel. He sometimes comes to my channel, but overall, seems like a pretty chill dude. And yeah, I just found this replay that he's submitted in a Discord channel, in Florencia's Discord channel, so I figured, you know, I may as well give it a cast and give it a whirl, see how it goes. And so, yeah, we have ourselves, starting off, xCrazyCritterx going ahead and getting himself a good old expansion, standard expansion times. Nothing unusual happening for both players at the moment. They're both playing standard opening for the most part. xCrazyCritterx actually going up to 18 drones. And I'm not sure if he's gonna go. Okay, yeah, I was kind of hoping he was gonna go like 3 hatch before pool, but it's fine. Terran's gonna go ahead and scout. It's SCV. He's gonna see everything's all nice and safe for him. Nothing unusual happening for him. But Terran, on the other hand, yeah, he does get that Reaper opening. He's going ahead, starting off with that. He's gonna expand, and yeah. Anyway, so everything's normal at the moment. We just went through Hurricane Ian yesterday and parts of today, just to give you an idea of when this replay is being casted. Everything's all safe and sound in my area, but I know a lot of the coast has been affected. So for those of you who are possibly considering wanting to help out, the best way you could do that is give to a charity organization that is looking for donations if you would like to help the locals down here. But anyway, moving on to the Reaper. Is going to go ahead and go across the map. The Queens are not out yet. They will be out soon. And the third base does go down fairly quick for xCrazyCritterx. I do like that decision. And here we go. Reaper's going to come on in and harass the Zerglings. Going to pick off one Ling at least. And since there's those Queens out here, there's nothing really stopping this Reaper from getting these easy pickings. I do believe that, because I wasn't paying too much attention, I do believe that xCrazyCritterx did get his third hatch before he started his 2 Queens, which is why the 2 Queens are so late. Usually the other way around, you'd be getting the third around 2:49, around this time actually. So Marine did come out second, so the reactor is a little bit later than it could have been for Terran. A little deviation between the two. Usually, for the fastest possible, you go either Reaper and then swap with the reactor, or you skip the Reaper entirely, you just go straight to the reactor. But those are the only other 2 other options that you will typically see Terrans do. And right now, this Terran's just being ultra annoying to this Zerg right now. You know this Zerg, xCrazyCritterx, he really wants to go and just kill that freaking Reaper. Stop it. Attacking the hatchery. Doing all this base damage to the health of the hatchery. But xCrazyCritterx is not going to overstep his boundaries. He knows that if he goes and walks off creep, that the Reaper could just slip past, especially with Hellions now out on the map. They're now... Oh yeah, 1 Hellion did come across the map. Okay, and this Reaper is going to get pushed back. The Reaper and Hellion are going to get pushed back by 2 Queens. Pretty good from xCrazyCritterx so far with the defense there. We do not have a Banshee... Oh, sorry. We do not have a Fusion Core. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. So, we do have a Banshee play coming. And no Cloak as of yet. Going for Stim, though. So, this Terran just wants to do... Looks like a Marine Hellion timing, from what I'm guessing. We'll see what happens in the upcoming push with the Terran Ops War. Possibly going to go with Hellbats. That's my prediction. So we'll see if I'm right or not. We do have ourselves a second and a third barracks on the way for Terran. Whereas xCrazyCritterx, his creep spread is doing pretty well, spreading out on the map uncontested. These Hellions and this Reaper not doing a whole lot in terms of denying the creep just yet. We do have a lot more Hellions on the way. The Terran is maintaining Marine, Hellion, and Banshee production. Now we have these Hellions and the Reaper wanting to sneak on over into the third base of Crazy Critter. Crazy Critter doing a pretty good job at keeping his drone count up, keeping the drones going, not getting supply blocked all too long. And now we have the 4 Hellions and Reaper. They do meet up with a Queen again, booping the Queens away, but beyond that, the only thing that JohnnyFox accomplished was taking hull damage on the Hellions. No fourth base. Okay, the fourth base is now coming down for Crazy Critter. Again, the Terran is maintaining the Hellion, Marine, Banshee production, but has not moved out. Well, I spoke too soon. The Banshees are now moving out across the map. Looks like he wants to do a multi-pronged attack. Whereas if he had all the units together, it would probably be a very strong attack. Okay, creep does get denied by the Hellions. 2 creep tumors do get denied, and now the Terran wants to get rid of this creep thread. He wants to try to recede the creep, but is pushed back by the Queens. Lings, Banes. The Banshees are now attacking the fourth base at the same time as these Hellions are attacking. No Marines as of yet, though, so far my prediction is wrong. Creep Tumor does get denied. These Hellions are going to get fully surrounded, and they do get cleaned up by the Banes. Excellent defense by Crazy Critter here. The fourth base does get denied, though, by JohnnyFox, so excellent denial at the same time by JohnnyFox. And at the same time, JohnnyFox did put down his third base now, so now Terran and Zerg are on equal bases, but not necessarily equal worker counts. Actually, very similar worker counts. But the Terran is ahead, should be ahead economically. Crazy Critter is also floating a lot of minerals. Like, he's floating 2,000 minerals and almost 700 gas. That is a ludicrous amount of resources that have not been spent yet. And these Banshees, because they do not have Cloak, they cannot just easily escape. And one Banshee does go down to the Spore Crawler, unfortunately. The Overseer there intimidating the Banshees, and the Queens are going to come on and over and try to pick off this last Banshee. We have a lot of Zerglings just hanging out at the third base. The fourth base is replanted. The Zerg is unfortunately on equal bases as the Terran, which does usually mean that the Terran would likely be ahead. The Terran is actually only behind by 1 worker at the moment. But yeah, typically when a Terran is on equal bases and similar worker counts as the Zerg, the Terran is usually ahead because of the mule mining. But as we can see, they're very similar. Actually, now the Terran is pulling ahead with the mineral income. So, fourth base, nearly complete for Zerg. I feel like with the amount of money that Crazy Critter has, you should just quadruple expand behind this. And we have ourselves a Widowmine Marine Medevac timing. This is definitely... This brings me back to the days of Heart of the Swarm, where Terrans were parade pushing. And this is basically what it would be, except it would be a constant stream of Marines, Widowmines, and Medevacs going across the map. Parade, and that's where it got the nickname, parade pushing. The army would be coming across the map like a parade down the street of Manhattan or Times Square, whatever. I don't remember exactly where. But yeah, you kind of get the idea. Going down the streets of New York. You get the balloons and all that stuff. So we have lots of Banes still left over, though, and not a whole lot of Marines to make connections with. Most of the Widowmines did go down, though. And here we have over here in the middle of the map, 2 squads of Marines popping off against the Creep Tumors and killing a Queen. And Crazy Critter, he's got a lot of units just banked up, ready for the counterattack. Terran is actually ahead in the worker count right now. Not worker, the army supply right now. But the Zerg has got a lot of Banes to deal with the Terran army. And now the Terran moving out with another small squad again. The Terran could be moving out with everything, and they could be doing a lot of damage to the Zerg, but they're just moving out. They're choosing to move out in little squads. They don't want to sacrifice too much, and these Marines are going to get picked up. Excellent connections with those Widowmines. Oh, for those Widowmines. And we have ourselves more Marines over here coming on over to the fourth base, and Terran stims on forward. Lings are going to go ahead and try to do this round. A lot of friendly fire damage, unfortunately, in this one, and the Terran is now forced to float off. Whereas at the same time, we have Marines killing off Overseers, well, shooting up the Overseers. They're not killing yet. They're about to get a pick off. One. Oh, Widowmine does get to the connection on those two Overseers. And, yeah. Lings and Marines, Lings and Bane's gonna make connections with the Marines over here, but nope, the Marines are gonna fly off. And Crazy Critter, I feel like, really needs Mutalisk in this scenario to help push the Marines, to push the medevacs back. And there goes another one of, oh, nicely done. Crazy Critter used one Zergling to force the shot on that one of mine, but unfortunately, there's another connection. And now we have the big army push from JohnnyFox here in the middle of the map, trying to push the creep back. This drop does get thwarted off. These Marines are also pulling back. The Terran is trying not to overextend themselves. They're trying not to just throw all the units away against the Lings and Banes. But unfortunately for JohnnyFox, he is getting fully surrounded. He's getting pincered by these Lings, these Banes, and looks like Crazy Critter was able to clean up that Terran army, and now he wants to go forward and try to finish off the Terran, maybe? No. He's going to meet with a bunch of Marines. Crazy Critter trying to push the initiative. He wants to get some counterattack damage done, and he's not even going to be able to bust down the wall. He does clear out quite a bit of Marines, but that is, I feel like a better trade for Terran, and indeed it was. Terran did end up with the better end of that trade. Crazy Critter already down 10,000 resources compared to Terran's 6,700 resources lost. And we do have 2-2 on the way. Crazy Critter's 2-2 just finished, whereas JohnnyFox is on the way. I mean, it's nearly completed. Sorry, wording. We have drilling claws coming for the Widowmines, so Terran does realize I could be doing a little bit better with my Widowmines if I could just burrow them just a little bit faster. And now the Zerglings are going to push into this Marine ball, but the Marine count, the medevac count is actually pretty high, but Terran does float off. Now we have Hydras on the way for the Zerg. Oops, shit. I don't know how I did that. The Hydras are on the way for Terran. I guess I'm going to go in and take a gander. Lurkers might be on the way soon. Not sure. Lurkers would be excellent with helping with the defense in this scenario. Crazy Critter's 5th base is nice and secure to an extent. These Widowmines are still here. Crazy Critter is going to finally clean them up, though, with these Overseers. And Crazy Critter, though, still ahead in the worker count by 7. The Terran does have the perfect worker count of 69, so Terran does have that to their advantage. And now we have another move out to the south. Terran does want to attack this 5th base. He does not like having Zerg ahead of him in bases. And looks like Crazy Critter wants to take the 6th base, but his drone is going to be met with the Widowmine and the Marine push. So now Crazy Critter now knows that this attack is on the way, but the difference between the last attack and this one is that there are Hydras. This base almost goes down. The Terran is not focusing on that hatchery and instead is just losing all of his Marines. And the Terran is forced to retreat. Crazy Critter... Uh-oh. That Widowmine did some pretty terrible damage to the army there. And another drop forwarded off by Crazy Critter. Well done. These Widowmines are going to get cleaned up. These medevacs, though, just hanging out, watching as their friendly Widowmines get cleaned up by Lings and Banes. Excuse me. We have a Ghost Academy now on the way, so Ghosts are going to be making the appearance very soon, but we have Ultralisks now on the way with 3-3 and the plating for the Ultralisks. Crazy Critter's creep spread did get receded by quite a bit. Unfortunately, he hasn't gone back to spreading the creep back out. The Terran has been pretty persistent in trying to push that creep back. Both players are at least doing an excellent job of keeping their army supplies high and getting fairly close to max. They have their worker count side, their army supplies are fairly high. And, this Terran is going to get a free hatchery kill on Crazy Critter's 6th base, while Terran is actually sneaking a 5th base behind this act of aggression. And the first Ultralist does show its ugly cow face, but now these medevacs are forced to boost off and stop midway because they kind of got demoralized by watching their buddies die. Now we have ourselves Ghosts and Marines stemming back, retreating. They want to get behind the planetary. They don't want to take all these Banelings head on, but they kind of do, I guess. The planetary fortress is not going to do a whole lot in helping when the army moves away from it. And now we have ourselves the planetary getting mass repaired. Most of the bio army is dead, and we have a lot of Ultralists, and by a lot I mean 2 Ultralists surrounding the planetary. And this planetary is going to go down. The repairs are not good enough, and the planetary does go down. But the Ultras do get cleaned up by the bio. We have ourselves a siege tank out. I think our first siege tank of the day. And these ghosts over here do pretty good. Oh, at the same time, I did not realize that there's a counterattack. My mistake. I did not realize that the Zerg that had a counterattack to suppress at the same time. I was so focused on their push. So, I guess since the Terran did take out this 4th base of Crazy Critter, that's a job well done. Both players did at least trade off 4th bases. But Crazy Critter is still ahead economically, I would say, considering that he's still on, 5 bases, but only 4 mining. His main base is mostly mined out. Actually, that's wrong. I'm wrong on that one. I forgot that this base is being rebuilt. I kind of just looked at this and completely forgot it was destroyed. Oh, but this base does get picked off again by Terran. And we have a lot of Ultralisks out on the map now. 4 Ultralisks still alive. Lots of Lings. Lots of Banes being morphed. And this planetary is well established. Terran is getting bigger and bigger with this ghost count. The longer Crazy Critter takes to a counterattack, the more ghosts there are, the spookier things get. And the ghosts are pushing themselves back. Snipes are going out against the Ultralists. Ultras do get picked off and get sniped. And the Banes are all that remain. They're gonna make. I was hoping there was gonna be a big connection. A lot of SCVs went down just then, though. And Terran took a pretty big hit there. They lost a lot of their workers and the majority of their army. And, well, now Crazy Critter has the OP worker count. These Widowmines doing lots of friendly fire damage. And here comes the Ling reinforcements coming on over into the 4th and trying to do more damage. But unfortunately, there's just too many ghosts here to thwart off the Zerglings. Crazy Critter finally going to get this 6th base down. It's finally going to not die as soon as it's planted. We have more Banes being morphed in. Crazy Critter has not... there's no Lurker Cavern. Just Ultras, Lings, and Banes. Not bad composition. There are Ghosts, so unfortunately for Crazy Critter, Ghosts are really good against massive units. Big Tier 3 units. Like the Ultras, like the Broodlords. And like everything. They're really good against everything. There's not really a whole lot of weaknesses when it comes to what Ghosts are not good against. The only counter to Ghosts would be Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, but they don't exist in this game. So, lucky for them, they don't have to worry about that counter. Another Ultralist is... We have 4 more Ultralists on the way, so we have 5 in total, I believe, so far. Maybe more if I can find them, but otherwise, we have more Ultralists on the way. And this Terran is, again, getting bigger and bigger the longer that the Terran is more or less left to their devices, the more ghosts they're going to be. The more ghosts, the less Ultras that will survive. We have ourselves another drop on the way from Terran. This one's got Marines and Marauders in it, no ghosts. And one thing I would like to see is some nukes. So we have a double-pronged drop attack coming in from Terran. This base is going to get picked off a little bit here with the workers. Another base, the original 4th base is getting picked off with the workers. This medevac does get to pick up most of... Oh, he dropped it back down. I don't know why he did that, but Terran sacrifices units to the Ultras. And some num-nums were had. 5 more Ultralists on the way. Okay, so the more Ultralists that Zerg gets, though, the less likely the Terran is going to hold if he does not have. I mean, Terran's army is not very intimidating when it comes to that Ultras count. There is a lot of ghosts here, but I feel like the amount of Lings, Banes, and Ultras that there are on the map, or that there will be, the ghosts will not be able to handle that many units coming at them at once. And Terran wants to get themselves a, was that 6th base? Yeah, 6th base. Terran is trying to push forward here with this forward attack. There's more ghosts, but I feel like at this point Terran should be trying to get more Liberators with the ghosts to help support and siege. But again, here it comes. All these ghosts are found. Oh no. The ghosts get cleaned up. They were left by themselves. They were left alone, and they just got... This Terran player, JohnnyFox, just does not care about the most critical unit of his army, the ghosts. Like, why would you leave them alone? Why would you not keep them alive? Why would you not cloak them? If does he even have cloak? He does have cloak. Why would he not cloak? I mean, yeah, there was an overseer over their heads, but he could have sniped the overseer before anything else. And now there's just too many ultras here for Terran to handle, and we have a nuke on the way. But I highly doubt that xCrazyCritterx is gonna just sit there and let him do that, right? Surely, right? Well, he did get one kill. That poor Ultras did get nuked, and now his body just gets flung around. Alright, here we go. Here comes the final push, probably. Most likely. Lots of Ultras coming on in. 𝙀𝙓𝙋𝘼𝙉𝘿 making connections. Too many. There's just too many Ultras here. And essentially, there's one Ultra on the production. A Ghost does get killed by a Hydra. And yeah, I think that this game is looking fairly close to ending here. There's more lanes flooding on in. Terran is now floating off command centers. And the Ultra lane heading on over to the next planetary fortress. The next obstacle. Probably the last one to keep the Terran in the game. And that one went down fairly quickly. Oh, wait, no, there's another Ultras. Not Ultras. There's another planetary just down below them. Alright, surely this will be the last command center, the last planetary that will keep the Terran in the game. We have some snipes coming on out, but again, since the Terran threw away way too many ghosts a few moments ago, there's just no chance at this point. He sacrificed a lot of ghosts by leaving them out in the open by themselves, unprotected from medevacs, unprotected from the safety of the Terran army that keep distance between the ghosts and the Ultras. Not enough Liberators, not just, yeah, that was a pretty disgusting, pick by xCrazyCritterx. And now Terran is sieging up against this natural rock wall against the Terran siege. Terran is trying to move on out and attack this southern base here of xCrazyCritterx, but xCrazyCritterx is not having any of that. And both players relocating their main armies away from each other. JohnnyFox stimming on into the 6th base of Terran. Terran sieging up. He's gonna get this base kill, but I don't think that base matters all that much to xCrazyCritterx anymore. He's lost it 4 times now. I think he can deal with replanting it for the 5th time. Lings, Banes, Ultras, Hydras coming on into this northern base, and they're gonna pick it off. No questions asked, or your money back. More Ultralists just sitting on over here, and this base is now on fire. Not a whole lot that. Well, no, that's not true. Terran's got a sizable army up here now. They're gonna be able to repair this command center surely and keep it alive. But xCrazyCritterx is not gonna let that happen. He wants to head north. He doesn't want this Terran to stick around any further, it looks like. Terran is stimming on forward, though. Well, I feel like the armies are comparable to, like xCrazyCritterx's army is like it's like a pit bull, or a Doberman, and the Terran's moving out like a Chihuahua. It's like a small army, but has a big... Okay, well, never mind. Anyway, you may get what I'm trying to get at, like... And GG is not called by Terran, but GG, well played. Well done, xCrazyCritterx, for that victory. Yeah, Terran moved out with small armies, like as if Terran reminded me a lot like a Chihuahua, barking up against a Great Dane. I was trying to think of what dog would be massive comparatively to a small dog. And for some reason, I went to Pit Bull and Doberman, but realistically, the comparison between the two armies, Crazy Critter was a Great Dane up against the Chihuahua. And, yeah. So, that's Crazy Critter's game. If you guys enjoyed that replay cast, be sure to give the video a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you would like me to cast your replays, feel free to submit your replay submissions at seoulreplays@gmail.com, or feel free to join my Discord and post the StarCraft 2 stuff section. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this replay cast, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Thanks for watching. Really hope you enjoyed that video just now. If you wouldn't mind clicking that like, subscribe, and the bell notification down below, really appreciate it. Also, be sure to follow me on my Twitter and Twitch.